bring y'all in. I'm gonna bring y'all on. Hold on. Welcome. Come on, everybody. Let's get it. The slave workers here. What? All right, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce and start the show. Welcome to Let's Get Squared Up. Let's get squared up, guys. So today we had none other than Lindy, Mr. Prince, and we also have Miss Anita. Miss Anita, she's coming on today also. So let's go ahead and jump right on in.
Send Destin up here. Good evening.
Good evening. Am I coming through clear?
Landy.
Pete.
How are you today?
I like the hat.
Oh, thank you. I just thought that, gave me a little flavor,
Am I coming through clear? Because
no. Something
what
different.
about now?
So, can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Great. So, we haven't been on in a while.
We haven't. It feels good to be back.
I need them to send someone upstairs to the production send someone upstairs to cut the background noise off that's in this
Oh, I thought you needed production for your drink.
Oh yeah. Well, I need that as well. I definitely need.
Did you see the reason why I have the name called slave worker up here?
Listen here.
The slave worker.
I have so many different duties, but that's not here nor there. See y'all later. I gotta go.
Worker. I need wine.
And he's off. And he's out.
And he's back. You guys, welcome. Like and share. Nita better get on here, like and share. Today we're going to talk about two important topics, which are racism and death. We will have some fun and interesting conversations about some other things, but definitely we need to talk about things that are affecting us at a high level. It's the last week of the year, and we don't want to take these things into the next year. Death you cannot deal with, but death you cannot not have with you in an event in your life. But how you deal with death, we can definitely take hold of that. Grieving and the grieving process, how people go through things can be different. Counseling and your perspective on counseling. We like an interactive show, so please comment below. Share this with your friends, like and share. We are actually doing this to help in your life, but you never know whom you're connected to and how you're connected to people. You don't know what they're going through. You can take for granted that they're okay, and literally those same people can go and commit suicide or do something that's so harmful to themselves, and only if they had someone to talk to. Mental health is so important, and that's what we're talking about today. Those things that affect our mental health and our wellness. You can't be great at anything until you are whole within yourself, and I think that is very important as people, that we deal with those key and core issues. Landy, would you like to start off?
No, I'll let you take this one. You talked about, I recently had somebody pass that was close to me, and it is so true. But I'll piggyback off of you. But you share your experience, because it definitely, with COVID and so much, I don't think people understand a lot. A lot of us say we'll get together next week, and what if when next week don't come? So let us know what happened with you.
Okay, so I do need to let this loudness is driving.
Oh yeah, I hear it.
It is driving me crazy. So
it's okay. You can step away. This live, they understand. Nothing goes perfect in this world, you know?
Right, absolutely, and that's the point. This is more reality than we've ever been.
Yeah.
But yeah, all
Yeah.
right. So give me 1 second. All right.
Yes.
Mm,
Because we don't need production coming back on here and dropping a verse and leaving.
okay. 1 second, please. Is anybody coming up here to help me out?
Ooh.
Landy, keep them busy, honey.
Okay. So I'll start. Wow. So basically what Pete was saying, as far as or the ones that was on here knows, I was dealing with death. So I had it I just learned a couple days before Christmas that a dear friend of mine had passed. And even though I knew he was going through health issues, um, last I had talked to him, things had gotten better. And then COVID hit. And I don't get into the whole medical of why, maybe it affected what he already had going on. I'm not sure. But what it made me realize, and just to be really, really transparent and candid, um, at he had sent me a message, and I saw the message, and I was like, I'm gonna get back. I didn't reply. The long story short, I didn't reply. I was just like, I'm gonna get back to him. At the time, my daughter had her virtual graduation going on. We was dealing with, this was back in June, so we was dealing with still, of them not saying she was having a prom. It was just a lot going on in my life, a lot. With real estate, I was getting, myself straight with that. So no excuses. Now I'm feeling and I'm looking back like they were all excuses. You have time for what you have time for. Sometimes you just need to literally stop and act like, what if that person that I'm saying I'm going to get back to is not here tomorrow? And I don't think we think about that enough. We let our emotions get, the best of us. We're all, and we're human. So we make a lot of human, of course, errors. But maybe if we start being a little bit more.
Wait a minute, Landy, would you say that they're errors, or would you? I mean, honestly, think about this. Some of the things that we deal with in life will life us. I always say that, and I don't think that some things are errors. We just think we have time.
Yeah.
And the time that we think we have, we don't have.
But why is it that we get that in our head when we know nothing is promised in life but death? Why don't we live like that? Why don't we live like every single day, like every second is so important, every minute? You know what I mean? We make so many future plans for the future and we have no idea.
right of even what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Life is valuable, and I think just we've dealt with, like, even this on Christmas morning, the suicide bomber. I mean, something so significant, but
Yeah.
that could have affected so many more people. And we take that for granted. And I literally say, as I say, time waits for no one.
Yep. I was just reading. Yeah.
Like we think we have time, but we don't know the time of the hour. Let me just give you what affected me so greatly yesterday. I lost a great friend yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not only was he a big brother to me, he was a big brother. He was a mentor. He was a wonderful person to my son. Um, this young man came home from prison, changed his life amazingly,
Mm-hmm.
and started one of the, just to go on a little bit, he started a business that we are a minority in, dealing with fiber. Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
and like literally took this area by storm. And when it just seemed like, we had long conversations about how when you come home, it's so many walls that are set up against you. It's just it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get that restart.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta really learn a trade or do something from yourself. Just bring me a glass. I can get it. Okay, just that's Darius, y'all. But anyway, so you got to, you have to um take time because this guy, let me just say this. With all the trials that he encountered growing and through his journey, he was so intricate in
Production.
give me that.
I
Just give me
can't, yo. I can't.
cannot open the show. I don't have my wine yet.
I'm sorry. I was trying to ignore it. I couldn't.
Guys, I was trying. I don't think you should do this on the camera.
It's a cheat.
It's okay.
Want to do it. It's okay. Just give me a moment. Let me finish about my buddy. So with all that being said, he had sons and he just was a football coach. Did so many things. Like he was a real good just guy. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I realized about him was, in spite of all adversity, he always wanted to direct the young men in the right direction. And not put them making the mistakes that he made. And he was giving them an example that you can be all that you can be through your hard work and perseverance in spite of your situation and how you thought it would be for yourself. Because when everybody else counted him out, he still fought to go forward. And it paid off in a major way. So, I mean, I honestly am going to miss him. He watched my building. I could just say his name is Moses, and he was truly waymaker. I mean, literally a life-changing person. Just to know him, he was spiritual, he was grounded, he was wealthy. Like it's too soon. And not only a couple years older than me, but trailblazing. I always said before, something came to me years ago, and it was like great leaders are sprinters. They don't last long.
Yeah.
Their lives normally they make a great impact in a short amount of time. And I literally, not everybody, but I'm just saying people that have strong impacts in life, that change people's lives aren't never always promised tomorrow because their jobs get completed and God says, come on home. And, he has sons and my son works out with his sons, and to know that he's not here and he's young and he's good and healthy, works out and still not here.
Yeah.
I'm stunned.
Yeah.
Like it has caught me nothing. And my pastor said today, I literally said, I made it past all of this stuff in 2020. I could have been one of those ones. I got pneumonia from just being around people that was sick. I didn't have to make it. Like, do you really stop and think that yesterday could have been your last day?
I don't think none of us do, and that's how we having this. We said we was going to bring, because that when you have mentioned that, and then with me also having that death, we just said we was going to do a different live for the end of the year, y'all. It's like more of a awareness, you know what I mean? I think sometimes we get so caught up in, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that, and like take that person that you know what I mean you expect to see again. And even if what you expecting to see him again, just grab him and hug him and say, I love you. I love you. You know what I mean? Just because we don't know. We don't know. It's all up to God at the end of the day. But I feel like if we live our life like it's literally the last moment, you know what I mean? Like, what if we all had an expiration date? You know what I mean? If you had an expiration date and you knew your expiration date was tomorrow, Pete, you were literally trying to get to every single person that you could, you know what I mean, that you want to see before you go in your life, and you be loving on them. You know what I mean? Why we can't just love on each other like that every day? And it impacted. I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost very dear people. You know, my only brother, my only father. Um, but this death hit me different. I don't know if it was because of COVID, you know, and also it was just so much going on. And then I didn't expect him. It broke my heart literally. And I was sitting there, I was like, why, you know, why is this affecting me like that? Not questioning my love for the person, but it wasn't like we were really close. We were dear friends, you know what I mean? But and we knew each other for some years, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that. And then I really realized it was because, you know, of I feel like my last response, the way that we left things. You know what I mean? So maybe we all, everybody that's hearing this, let's stop just leaving things out there like we can be able to pick it back up.
Right.
We just definitely shouldn't.
I truly, I mean, literally, I'm trying to get these social things going. People are responding to stuff, and I apologize, you guys. But that is just so important that we understand that tomorrow's not promised. The next hour is not promised. You know, the
Literally.
next moment is necessarily not promised for everyone. And if you really sit down and think that every relationship that I encounter is important to my tomorrow, and treat people a little different. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, like I know this isn't a popular topic, but um we need to stop and think about others before we think about ourselves sometimes. Like we cut people off and driving. Um we gotta rush in the front of the line. We have to, you know, we are in
Mm-hmm.
a microwave society that is racing to what? Die?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Where do we have to be? If we prepare, we can get to wherever we have to with no stress. So
Mm-hmm.
that leads me to what is causing our stress? This
Not
world
being prepared.
this world we're living in. Like, why
Yeah.
why are we so in a rush? What are we
Yeah.
rushing to do? That is important. What are we rushing to do?
Right.
Because everything is such a pressing. I mean, people, we see this in our business all the time. People are never ever um happy with you saying, let me get back to you on that. They want to know right now. And if
Yes.
they don't get the answer right now, what they do, and they tend to do it too often, is go to the next person.
Yep.
But you might miss your blessing in the person that you were with. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think people really understand that. Your greatness, um, your greatness is only it's connected to the next person that you affect positively. I always tell Darius, positive. I say to all of you guys, positive energy breeds positive results.
Mm-hmm.
Negative energy does the same thing. Negative energy breeds negative results. If you're think that through right there, and we can move to the next thing. If you are negative, like negative, if you are negative, it's gonna bring you a negative result. Why
Mm-hmm.
would you? Why would you purposely be negative? Because let's think not for if you're negative to someone else, think of this. It's going to bring you a negative result. That means when you root the line, when you cut somebody off, when you steal somebody's money, when you keep something that is not yours, it's going to bring you a negative result. So that's why I say positive energy breeds positive results
Mm-hmm.
because you can only karma brings it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you put out there in the universe comes back to you. That's what that you want to be so successful. Well, see what you sow, what seeds you've sown.
Mm-hmm.
See how you treated that person that opened their business. See what you did to affect the next person when they were trying to do what they were dreaming of doing, and you were so, oh, that ain't gonna work. Well, who are you? And why isn't it going to work? You know, believe in not only yourself, but believe in others. All right, I'm done with that one.
Wow. Did we get any I can only see limited on the
No.
phone when I shared it. Okay. So we can go to the next topic. What was the next topic, Pete?
Well, who experienced racism today?
That was Nita. We was trying to talk until I really want to hear that.
All right, well, let me do this before we go to that. While we're waiting for Nita to prepare, I know Darius is trying to get her logged on.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to the statistics so far for this year.
Okay.
I want to go over that because my whole thing is things don't hit us hard enough until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, like somebody lost them. They are, saying that 2,839,205 people died. 3,791,000
Sheesh.
people and 712 were born. That means 8.7 people died per thousand
Wow.
last year.
Wow.
And due to a lag in the time of the official 2020 results, these numbers still need to be calculated. But I've been researching, like I'm analytical on what I understand, and I don't just shoot out of the side of my tail to give y'all facts. But 290,000 people have died from COVID. That means one of the people that I know that died from COVID is one of the 290,000 people.
Right.
That could have been anybody in your family.
Yeah.
Like, are y'all really thinking that these are people with families and kids and fathers and mothers? Like, this is serious. And people don't want to wear masks. That behooves me. It just blows my mind. Like, hoax of what? Even if you thought it wasn't going to affect you, for the sake of another person, why wouldn't you try to do what was right?
That's all I'm saying. Like we, at the end of the day, I feel like only God knows what's really going on. However, do what you can do just in case it is real. I hate when people say, "Oh, y'all letting that stuff brainwash you," or "Oh, you got masks don't get." Oh, okay, if it don't, then guess what? It won't. But it ain't going to hurt me
It ain't
wearing
gonna
a
hurt.
mask.
It'll help more than it hurts.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
come on now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. I
And
mean,
I'm telling you, as at the beginning, of course, because it was new to us all. It was new to us all, So
and
I was
everybody
like,
felt different ways about it as well.
right. I was like, oh, they making this up, they da 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 da. But I still did what I needed to do. But at the same time, as things started, and I seen it wasn't going nowhere, then I really cut down my activity. Now it's like people was getting mad with you because you say, they still having stuff, and they because you say you don't want it. I'm not talking about funerals and weddings. I'm talking about things that you don't have to do, housewarmings and celebrations is fine, but right now is not a good time. I congratulations, let me just send you a gift. I'm not coming over there, or anything. It could be anything, just gatherings, period. You have to be. I miss all of y'all. Have we seen each other, Pete? This is the first time in years we ain't really been together unless we're working, right? Because
Right.
we always usually
We
like
always
even get
doing something.
together,
You're
doing
right.
together. Yeah.
But
Like,
this is
and
serious.
it is. And I think about everybody else more so than myself. I don't want to be around somebody and they say they got sick because of me. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. So I figure if we just do what's right. I mean, we had a ball doing these lives together. That's how we started out. But with all this stuff going on, we said, look, we just gotta be safe.
Do something
We
different.
I didn't want to be coming to your house. So you know what I mean, and bringing something there. So we just had to do what we had to do. So I just feel like people just need to do what you have to do. It's as uncomfortable for us all.
Let
It
me
is.
let me say something. Like there was I hear people say it's just like the flu. Okay. Now I hear this all the time. Both CDC, I looked up to understand how close it is to the flu with people getting sick. 61,000 people died from the flu from 17 to 18. The CDC did a comparison because they wanted to see what the trends were. 34,000 people died in 2018 to 2019. Only 22,000 from 2019 to 2020 died from the flu. Now, let me explain that to you guys. That's all documented deaths, whatever the reasons of a person dies is put on the death certificate. These are clearly given to you by the coroner's office. So, from 61,000 people in 17, the flu, people are starting to get the vaccine. People are talking about that. That's a whole nother topic. But now it's down to 22,000 deaths from the flu. So it's not
Oh wow. It's not, yeah.
and more people, because of other things coming around and them not wanting to get sick, and they trust the flu vaccine more, they're getting the flu vaccine. People that didn't get it before are getting it. So guess what? The deaths are down. If it's anything to help you do better, why not? Why not?
Are you talking about the vaccine? Why not do the vaccine?
I'm not even going to speak on the vaccine at this time.
No, I didn't know which one you were talking about.
What I was saying was many people from the White House on have compared the flu to the coronavirus, which it could have similarities because it's a virus.
Right.
But the actual deaths from it are not.
It's totally different.
290,000 people within this year from January.
And it hasn't even been a year.
And it hasn't been a year.
Right.
But in our year this year, only 22,000 died of the flu. Let's just go back to 2018 when y'all didn't have coronavirus as is. 2018, it was 34,000.
They died from the flu.
So you can't say it was because they saying it's coronavirus, because the numbers went to 34,000.
Yeah.
That's the statistics from the CDC. I'm done with that.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
See, so I am so sick of people actually. I hear it all the time. Well, you don't know because I study. The Bible says study and show yourself approved. If you don't know something, you go look for the information. And you can't look one place. You have to look several places to come up with a conclusion of what the real factual understanding of that. Because what you interpret something to be could be completely different than what I interpret it to be. So with all that being said, bottom line is care about your neighbor. Think about somebody other than yourself. I come home to I have a senior that we cohabitate with. We love our family. We don't want to bring nothing home. We don't want nobody coming around affecting our family adversely. So, even if you don't get to see your parents like you want to see them, my mother is very adamant. Come to the doorstep. You see me through the window or do some FaceTime.
Right.
She has to protect herself if we don't want to protect her.
Right.
It's not, we being selfish, y'all.
Yeah.
I just want to, every year, well, it's 1 year you inconvenienced. And if you did the right thing 6 months ago, we wouldn't be where we are now because so many people doubted and followed the rule of the wrong law.
Yeah.
They didn't want to follow they didn't want to just listen. And I know people like, you even told me, my friends, you're overreacting. What are you doing all that for? People told me this in the beginning. I was like,
I ain't tell you was overreacting.
No. I'm saying you even saw me in the beginning of the corona.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we all took
at
it
the
serious because
extreme.
we shut the office down.
Down.
That
Down.
was it. Pete was like, "Don't come in, don't."
I wouldn't care what was going on.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know how we're gonna do
You
it.
even let you let people take home. You let us take our computers home. Here, take the printer. Stay home unless you out showing properties. And even the agents,
You were against
you
that.
know. Yeah. We even we
It
definitely.
was at a very minimum.
I had no idea it was going to last it like this, but
then Hogan said we were essential.
Yeah.
And when he said we were essential, I was like, oh well, we can go back to work a little bit. And we came to my house.
Yeah, very sweet. Only a couple.
Because I wanted a controlled environment with my staff.
Yeah.
I want a controlled environment. And now it's very controlled. It's very different, you guys. And all I can say is just look out for your loved ones. People are lonely. People are going through these holidays and they've lost a lot of people in their family. Like people have lost people and then got to go through it alone. That's rough. Your mate been there for 20 years, 30 years, and you just lose them and you're by yourself now. Your kids are across the country. Like, think of that. Like, that's so major. You know, so love on people around you, even if they're not your family. Because at the end of the day, we all have feelings, emotions. We're human. First, that leads us into the next topic. We're all equal. Contrary to popular demand, I believe that God has birthed some of us with all the same abilities. Some people have handicaps, yes, but we were generally all given the same gifts to be able to breathe, see, hear, work, walk. Now, there are people that have challenges that are not able to do that. That's why I said we take so many things for granted, because some people really would love to walk and can't. But those who can read, who can talk, who can learn, I think we take too much for granted. I am given the opportunity, the same opportunity that you're given, to learn, to go to school, to create my future. That is not up for negotiations when I care about myself. So, as I believe environment and how you're raised affects it. But you're not, because my skin color is different than yours, you're not going to disrespect me, demean me, degrade me, treat me adversely. I had a problem the other day. I didn't even speak on this because some things are just best not spoken about, because I don't want to put the energy in the air. I like leave. Right now I'm in a different place. So, you know, some things I believe you can wake up the dead dog sometimes and bring that and attract that spirit to you. So, because the things out of your mouth bring life to what that thing is that you're talking about. Like even now. So I'm in Royal Farm and the guy stares at me. I'm trying to pay for my breakfast food before I go to work. And he then looks at me up and down. And I had my mask on. His was down under his nose, which is improper. But I'm not going to say something to someone and cause a problem if I don't have to. Some things you just got to be wise about.
Yeah.
And I don't know what comment he made before he left, but he made one and the cashier heard him. And she shook her head. And it was a demeaning comment. And I didn't do anything to this man. He actually walked up behind me and then walked in front of me to the register. He knew I was stating, because now you have to, like, you don't stand right at the counter when you someone to bring up their things. You went behind. So what he actually did was came from behind me, walked to the counter directly, rooted me,
Mm-hmm.
and then looked at me like I was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then he made a comment as he walked out the door, and I didn't even. I said, "Oh, I said, you know what?
Nina!
Hi, everybody. I'm telling you, I do apologize.
It's okay, girl.
We right on that subject. We on your subject.
So we talked about.
I had a day. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete.
About racism. So the guy disrespected me, but you know what I did say? I said the craziest thing about some people. Yes, the cashier said something about what I drove, not me. I said, you know, the craziest thing is he's looked at me as I'm beneath him and I'm a peon, but I probably make quadruple the amount of money that he makes. Quadruple. So I'm not even
never judge.
Entertain his foolishness. Because it's foolishness. It's a mess. I had the same ability to earn income as you. You're no better than me. For any reason, you're no better. Even if you made more money than me, you're no better. Because we're God's children. That's
exactly.
We are all human, put on this earth to be a blessing. Our one key is to show another person love, light, and God. That is it. That is our purpose. It ain't all this other stuff we worried about. If they gay, if they straight, if they slept with this one, if they went to that person, if they stole somebody's heels out the back of the car, if the girl talked about my boyfriend, if I slept with a husband. All that's not important, y'all.
Yeah.
What is important to him is love. Love.
Exactly. That money can't get you in the gate.
So let's hear this wonderful story from Nina, because she's had, and I'm not worried about getting off at no certain time today. I want to just have a conversation.
Well, we got Trayton at 8, so we have Trayton at 8. We gotta get off.
I do want to apologize. Oh my gosh, I had a day, and Pete knows. I don't know if Landy knows, but you know, I've always had this allergy, sinus, and psoriasis and skin issue, right?
Okay.
And I don't know. So I had my little situation, and I'm going to get to real quick. And then when I came home, I don't know. I had this big allergic reaction. I don't know if you can still see, like here. I'm trying to, had to cover. Face is swollen, look like a strawberry, like hives.
You're gorgeous today, sweetheart.
Look, thanks. I had to put a lot to cover because I was like, oh no, I fell asleep and I tried to take some medicine and it knocked me out. So that's why I wasn't on here. I was like, oh gosh, but just want to say, I'm human. We all, no matter what our job title is, we got these things that goes on, but I was like, the show must go on. Throw something on as much as I can and snatch it off when we get off.
My pastor preached that today. Somebody could have an odor. They didn't wash. You don't know that they didn't have water in their house for 2 weeks. And they don't cut on. Somebody could comment that clothes is wrinkled, but you didn't know for the last month that they didn't have electricity. You never know someone's circumstance. And
all right.
Judge people. You don't know what they've been through. So my whole thing to say is try to be more compassionate.
Right.
Because we never know. Like it could be you it could have been somebody lost their mother that morning and they being nasty.
A lot of people didn't wake up this morning. Right.
You don't know what they've been through. So try to be more like God.
Right. Well, I would say I'm trying to make my story real quick, but I'm coming in all late. I'm such a person. I try not to jump to that conclusion right away. However, went to showing. So, I was doing the videos for one of my clients, but this one, it was just an extra one I wanted to do. But it doesn't matter. I'm a realtor. I have my car license, So we pull up and there's people in the house because I'm a little early. So I would just drive around the block. We pull in the driveway, then we back out, drive around the block. They saw us. Okay. So then when we come back, lady, she's getting in her car. she decides to come over to us, you know, and I didn't think nothing of it at that time, you know,
Mhm.
two black people, you know, and she's talking, and so the person I was with is very talkative. Well, what did you think about the house, you know? And so she's talking, saying some things, whatever. I didn't say at that time that I was the agent, but I could have, but it really doesn't matter. I
Right.
didn't. So, okay, she gets in her car, pulls off. We go inside the home. I lock the door. You know, I always lock the door behind me. And then I look out the window. I see her car. You know, she drives past one. She drives past twice. I'm like, okay, this lady really thinks something wrong. Now, mind you, this is a very, very nice neighborhood.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm like, lady, y'all grew up in the house look better than that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right. Right.
They
Right.
don't know where you come
Right.
from.
Right.
So, and that's just an upbringing. But you don't know what I'm doing, you know. But okay, so anyway, now this was my mistake. You know when you essentially like they'll send you a thing and say, are you okay? Well, I get the alerts. I get the alerts, and it says, could you get the key or something like that? I thought I had the key, but they saying I had no. So I'm walking around and I
Oh.
start doing a little video. So I get a call. I get a phone call. Oh, you know, and at the time I didn't answer. But I said, no, you know what? Let me answer. Because I get a text. The agent was there before and the agent said that it was somebody it was that she had left the key in the box and should be there or whatever. So like, okay. So I called back because I didn't want that agent to feel like he had to rush out to the home. So I called back. Hey, I'll be thinking. Well, I text first. No, I'm okay. I'm inside the home. I have the key. I call, and so I go ahead and I talk to him and I explain that, and he goes. And so he says, "Oh, okay. Were you with a gentleman in the black SUV?" And I said yes. And then said, then he want to know, um, well, what are you doing now? Right now, I know that how my voice sounds to the average person that is not
Mm.
black.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I said, well, I mean, what's the problem? But I said, oh, I at the moment I'm turning off all the lights and locking the doors. Oh, okay, very good. So get outside at this point because you know I went ahead and made sure I text and then I talked to them. So no reason for nobody to come here or
Mhm.
anything like that. The lady's out there. She came back and got out her car. So she wants to know because he talked to her and she said described who had came in the house or whatever. Oh, he had said the agent before said that she spoke to a young man and then you know next thing she knew you all were in the house. I'm
I
an
mean, how else you gonna
agent,
be able to get in the house though? That don't make sense.
right?
If you
So
wasn't an agent.
right. So I get outside. The lady's outside and she's talking and stuff. And she's like, "Are you Anita?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm sorry I didn't say that I was an agent, you know." And she's like, okay, well that's fine. But how did you get in the house? I just told you I was an agent. What are you that was just so crazy to me. I said, Century Lock. I
Right.
have the satellite, you know, I
Right.
didn't have my card, but I have the satellite, the app on my phone. And she said, oh, I was so insulted by me telling her that I'm the agent, and she's still asking me, how did I get in the home? Do you think I broke in? I mean, what do you think? And I was looking kind of cute too. You
And
think I'm
I
trying
know
to break
that's
up in
right.
the house? Are you
Right.
serious?
Right. 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 And
But
I mean,
I didn't want to stereotype. But I was like, you know, it's no reason for that. And she was like, yeah, you know, she said a whole bunch of other
is
things.
she so wait a minute. This is not the listing agent, right?
No, this is the agent that showed the house
Another
before me.
buyer's agent. And she's doing
Yes.
all of this
Another
Who,
and so
yes.
concerned
So
about this
concerned.
listing that's not even
Yes.
hers.
Who came back and questioned me. And
That's
then I
crazy.
say that I am the agent.
That's
And she's
crazy.
still asking
She
me,
ain't got
how
nothing to do.
did I get in the house?
Child, listen.
I could have been nasty, but I didn't because I'm your friendly real estate agent.
Right. Right. Right.
I mean, that is who I
Right.
am. But it really did have me like, are you serious? This is 2020? Because
It was
I
just
couldn't
so
see
on
any
point.
other reason. She driving around the block and driving around the block and then come back and then come out and ask me questions. And she still was talking.
And waited outside.
But yeah, and waited outside. I don't know if y'all heard it. Yeah, waited outside while I'm in there. And so, and told this guy, yeah, described the people that were in and all. And she said, I didn't know. I was just, I was just wondering. So you're
Mind
Anita.
business.
People need to mind.
People need to mind their goddamn.
She said,
Yes.
oh, so you're the
Yes.
agent, but
Yes.
you all are together because
Nita,
we were in one car instead of
question.
two.
Nita, question. Was it Karen?
Yes. It was Karen.
Oh, it's Karen. Oh,
Yes, Karen of the real estate world.
Of course. Of course it was.
Yeah, we understand.
So I was really, I was after that. It kind of blew my day. I was a little bit in shock. And I'm just never gonna forget that. I didn't want to do nothing but go home at that point, but that was the last one anyway. But I was kind of, my spirit was like, oh.
No,
Yeah.
and that happens, Nita. It happens more often than not. We get judged so much. It's not even a racist type thing. It's just when we, it don't matter how we dress. Okay, so I work with more investors than first time home buyers and stuff like that. So I'm going to properties that are, dilapidated and all of that. So I'm not always wearing heels. I'm not always dressed up, because I'm going to these type of properties where sometimes I need to get into the trenches with my clients. You know what I mean? I had a female client that came down from New York. She knew nothing about Baltimore. I didn't feel comfortable with just telling her going there by herself. Because usually if I have a male client, I'd be like, oh, y'all can go ahead into that property, if it's an investment property and I'm not comfortable. But a female, I didn't want to just throw her in there like that. I was like, well, let me at least go in with her and assist and, help with my camera and put my my light on and stuff, make her feel comfortable. But so it's time that listing agents do come out when you when you book a showing, and they'll just come out to see who's showing the house, which is no problem. It's the problem. The issue is when you get that dirty look, like, are you an agent? I remember being with a client, and I was, and it was a situation like that. We was going to investment properties, so I had on, tennis, kind of dressed down a little bit. I had on my Frank's group, but I always try to put on some type of, paraphernalia to say the Frank's group, EXP, to keep it professional, but I'm always still looking apart, and he was like, well, how did y'all get in? How did you get in? I was like, how did you get? I have the combo. Like, it was a combo. And he was like, oh, okay, you're an agent. Do you mind me seeing your pocket card? And I was like, I don't have that.
I think that's what she wanted to see from me.
If you want to see it, I was like, that's fine. So I didn't have mine nice and laminated like a lot of real estate do. I still had mine printed out. It's not cut. It's not, so I went to my car and went in my work bag, and I got the copy. I showed him, and he was like, and the way he looked at it, and I was like, I had to look at it like, what is wrong? Right. He was like, oh, okay. But it was just like, he did not want to, and I guess because of the type of property it is, he's used to squatters, coming and squatting in the property. So I understood that, but after I showed him the license, and his reaction was my thing. I
have an example as well. I lead great people, And realtors, I'm gonna say it, need to respect each other, and their professionalism needs to stay at a high level, because it is a shame, and I know both of you have experienced this. It is a shame that I can make a phone call. I have been in the business a long time. I've become known in the industry and well respected. But no one of my agents should ever call and not get an answer. But when I call, I get answered on the first ring. Or you throw all my agents in the voicemail, but when I call, I get answered. And I'm not saying that I don't appreciate the gracious gratitude of answering my call, but god dag on, I have to stop what I'm doing to make a call for a licensed agent that has studied just as hard as I have. Maybe they don't have the experience time and that I have, but with the respect of the office that they studied for is unacceptable that you don't return calls, respond to emails. I have so many challenges. I mean, like with this, I have agents, not one. All of y'all have experienced something like this. And I have one agent that goes with all the time, and it's ridiculous. It's disrespectful. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. You know, I don't get blacklisted, and I'm not having my agent.
Oh, it's some feedback from somewhere. I ain't hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
It production might need to mute or somebody, but anyway, it is just appalling to me that you guys work so hard to be a professional. A lot of times y'all show up more professional than I do. You know, like I am comfortable. That means complacent with how I show up. I'm not gonna dress up. I'm not doing it. I just did it for kids. I'm not doing it. If I'm getting in the trenches, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting out of the car. There's certain things I'm just not doing anymore. I have paid those dudes, not to say I'm too bad, too good. I am at a different place, doing a different thing. So, but you deserve the respect from your cohorts, the people that are in the same industry.
And somebody that you possibly is going to be in transaction with. You know what I mean? Like, my client could be buying this house from you. You can't sell it unless somebody buy it.
Wait a minute, let me say this. Going back to the issue that we were discussing, you know, you can't mix the two in the same conversation. But I can say the respect given is the respect required. Know that you're not going to always be the listing agent, and you're not going to always be the lead.
Right.
You understand? Like, so stop being disrespectful. You are hurting your client. You are doing a disservice to your customer and your client when you don't allow people to see the home.
Yeah.
Prejudge their financing. When you don't even know, I got a millionaire right here in my car ready to pay cash. You gonna tell me something about a pre-approval?
Yes.
Pre-approval? Sweetheart, we're gonna pay cash. You don't know it. I don't have to tell you. I'm licensed.
Yeah.
I have vetted my person. Now, for those who don't, and when I didn't vet them or what happened, that can be another issue. But if I go out there and I have somebody, or my client, or any of y'all go out there, you have the professionalism to know that you're not going to run into 50 houses with no proof of purchase and all. Who do you think we are? And then you to talk to us like we. First of all, let me tell you, I nips that shit, excuse me, right in the bud. You're not going to, first of all, Sue, Murray, I done had them really, and I'm going to tell you like this. Who the hell do you think, excuse me, I'm a professional like you are. Who are you talking to? You're not my parent. I don't need a father. I got a mother and a father. I get really livid about it because they own the world since now we have this president that won't leave office. They have engulfed him.
And even bow out gracefully.
I mean, they have got, I mean, I have people that I have done real estate transactions with for a very long time. That have been respectful transactions, that we have not had challenges that has flipped the script on me because I don't believe in what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding
Mm-hmm.
me? You're not going.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's illegal not to take my contract and present it to your seller, and you only because what you don't believe in something I don't believe
Right.
in.
Right.
That has nothing. Politics has nothing to do with my offer.
Right.
Nor
True.
here's the crazy part. I think it was Shauna. The person prejudged her, the agent. Now I know this agent, top agent. He probably would get in so much trouble, but because he's so popular, those cases go untalked about.
Mm-hmm.
But he did something very wrong. He didn't present to his seller.
Wow.
The seller actually got the information of all the people that had come to the house and had a feeling something wasn't right and called our agent.
Wow.
He never presented the offer. He questioned and then said, well, I just got it. I wasn't able to send it, whatever the excuse was. Then he told our agent he took another offer. Well, the real deal was nevertheless, I don't want to go too deep. All I'm going to say is they end up taking our client's offer.
I want to tell y'all one more thing before we leave. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because that's crazy. All of it. I just wanted to get it in. I got a few minutes left. I wanted to tell you
because we've been
one more
talking. Go ahead,
story.
Nita.
I'm done.
Oh, this is something else that happened today. I just want to say this is the house before that one. That one was just the worst. I get to the house. It's a brand new house, newly built. I get there, nice, predominantly white area, nice area, and it has a ring, so I know they have a video, whatever. So I go and I get the key. Next thing you know, here come this truck, drives up. I mean, he drive up fast and he parks the car so fast, and he's like up on the curb, like up on the side, and he comes up, hi, how are you? And I was like, now, okay, they know I have an appointment. He probably knew there's somebody there to see the house at 11. But I was just like, oh, hi. Oh, I just haven't been here in about 4 days. I was just stopping through. I had to have to do something. He didn't have to do nothing. He just wanted to see, or talk to who was coming in the house. I said, okay, no problem. Hi, my name is Anita Phillips. I work with eXp Realty, and this is my client here. And he's like, oh, okay, so you're the agent. I just told you I'm the agent. Just told you. And I was
Right.
just like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. I don't think he had nothing to do. The house was totally empty. What's in the house? What? There's nothing in there. He went down the basement and came back up with nothing. Then he said, oh, okay, then I'm out. I'm gonna go.
Wow.
I said, these people. Then I go to the next house and deal with that situation.
Yeah.
But I was
And he
just
saw
like,
because you
really?
know why he saw and he was the seller. He wasn't the
Yeah.
seller's agent.
I think he was the seller,
He was
and it had a
he was
ring
the seller.
with the ring camera.
So he must have get. He
And
probably
he
get
saw me.
notifications too of who.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I guess he want to make sure that I'm an agent. I guess coming in there, I was like, this is an interesting day. But girlfriend was not trying to leave, and I guess like she act like she wanted to see my card. I was telling Craig my card was in the car, but I wasn't doing that. I said I got the satellite right here. Had my phone in my hand, right here.
Yeah. That's your ID right there.
I said I got Century Lock, the app.
And
She's
you
like,
can't have that
oh,
without.
right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
We
Are
can't. Oh,
Are we going to the live at 8:00? This is the last Sunday of the year, and I believe, we're gonna have a couple different formats this year. We're gonna be doing a lot of different things, more interactive things. Individually, together, we'll do some things. We just want to let you guys know that from real estate to trading, what we do is wealth building. That is a key why we started actually even having the lives. Different ways to make money, all different ways. Like I sell cars, y'all. We do a lot of different things. We have online stores.
Mhm.
Multi just diversified your income, pretty much having
Mhm.
Mhm.
multiple streams of income. So we do a lot of different things. So we are going to the trading live that's after this call. But I want you to be alert for Anita, Landy, Kashana, and myself. We will be doing different things this year. We
Mhm.
will not be sitting in the house only. So I
Mhm.
want you to be on alert and see where you fit in. If something interests you, if something you thought about doing, because things are changing and they're not staying as we know them. So you got to do something different because even people that thought they had a guaranteed job for Baltimore City
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
federal government, which is possibly going to close down tomorrow evening, you will not
Wow.
have an income. I know
Mhm.
someone that's been off for 9 months from Baltimore City and they have a key job, but because the city had to make some cuts and adjustments,
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
don't have their job after they've been there over 10 years.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, what do you do after that? What's next for you?
Right. And everybody always said those are secure jobs.
Not,
Mhm. Mm-mm.
nothing secured, but
Mm-mm. You gotta secure
Right.
yourself.
so we are going to move forward with that. But anyway, for me not to talk forever again.
Are we able to put the link up?
We are. I will do that now. You guys can log on um after this. I'm so sorry. Somebody
All
smile.
right, y'all.
And Nita is me and Pete trade as well, but Nita is definitely the trade queen.
Queen.
So Nita, just give them. Can you take us out and give them, why they should be trading? A little bit about why you trade and how good you are doing in trading.
Well, I want to say it has been secure. Like nothing is secure. We just talked about that. Not even my unemployment. My unemployment stopped, and now I have managed to live off of
Mhm.
this trading. This
Mhm.
is, unless I have a closing or something, this is the money that I have been
Filling
building. Yes, it
Mhm.
fills in. So, I'm just saying, yes, you want to make sure that you have something else. And why not this? Because this is something I don't have to bother anybody to buy anything.
There
All
we
I do is
go.
put numbers in my phone
hmm
and put in these trades, and then I collect my money. So if you
I
want
think
to try
before
it,
we go over there, we should probably preview and explain because Nita, we are getting ready to start doing our own um ex, uh presentation
hmm
now and again, just so that they can see. But people don't know what trading is. Some people. Can you explain what the trade?
trading currency. If
Right.
you're ever out of the country, you go out the country, you trade your currency for whatever that country's currency is. And that's about it. You're trading that. Another example is
Mhm.
on while we're sleeping. Yes, the bank, that's all the different countries there. You pick it and then you trade your currency for that one. When you go while you're sleeping, the bank is taking out money because they have to make money. They're making money off of
Mhm.
our money.
Mhm.
So why
Mhm.
not we do it? They
Mhm.
take the
They
money out
trade
the
our
bank
money overnight.
and trade it and they put it back. What we had in there, but they don't give us what they made.
I'm
So
gonna let
why not us make it? So
Yeah.
basically, that's
Yeah.
all you're doing. You're picking and choose, but you do have to learn the skill to be able to do it.
So
And every day
anybody.
we're growing. Go ahead,
Mhm.
lady.
No. I just anybody that goes to the link, reach out to Pete, Nita, myself, Darius, whoever invited you on this call.
Yes, there is
I
too.
know that is going a little bit, but go and get the information. And then if you miss some of it, you can reach out to us and we can give you a link to be able to get more. But just start it. Start it tonight. Start your New Year's off with another income additional from what you had in 2020. Trading is life changing, and the way that this platform make it, all you're doing is cutting and pasting while you're learning.
Yes. And lady, you look beautiful. And happy New Year's. I'm
Thank
loving your hair.
you.
Oh,
I love
happy New Year's.
A
And
little
I miss
natural
you.
over here.
Yes, that look
Thank
good,
you.
girl.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. So what I do want to let me say one
Thank you.
thing.
Thank you.
You
You're
guys,
welcome.
the trading platform is one thing, but after we show you this, I'll have anyone. I ask you to leave your information in my inbox or my Facebook. We have EXP that will have us explain real estate to you from A to Z, and it's very, very detailed. So if you're interested in real estate, a career in real estate is an amazing job. The main thing that with secures our
Yes.
economy is real estate. So
Mhm.
Yes.
definitely make sure that you understand there's so many facets and jobs within the real estate industry, and we can help lead you to that
Yes.
as well. So we're gonna go over
And it's
to
essential. We've been essential this whole pandemic. We've been still
Yes, we
working, right?
have. Yes, we have.
life happens. And our let me just say this. I'm sorry, you guys. I know we're over. We are going to be doing a whole lot of things, but our office will be dealing with a lot of probate, estate, and um, death transactions. People that do not death and divorce actually, but if people don't understand what the steps are when you lose a loved one and have property left behind, you can please hit us and we can help walk you through that. I can send you my book in reference to it. I do have 2 books out now, so I'll let you know what you need to do from A to Z and who on my team can help assist you with that service. It is very important because we get caught off guard with death, and I want people to know that we are there, we care. We're not doing it for a dollar only. Thank you. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Happy New
There go our
Year.
music.
Mhm.
Have a blessed and happy New Year, y'all.
Yes, you too.
We don't have any music.